What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to another Wired Live. It's September the 29th. Seems like every time I get on here, it gets later and later in the year. I guess that's because I do it once a week, right? So it's a week later every time I get on here. This year has flown by, guys. I've got an echo going on in the house. Can y'all hear the echo? That's because we are moving and there is stuff leaving. So that was my glasses that our nice cat just knocked off the china cabinet. Hang on. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, guys and gals. I am excited to be here this evening. We're going to have a good show, I do believe. I'm not in my natural habitat. I'm sitting in the kitchen, okay, first and foremost. I am not in the office because, like I said, we are moving and the house is a wreck right now because we are currently in the middle of a move. So, very stressful time for sure, trying to get everything moved, especially with Mama and the wired baby. She's not able to do much. Actually, she was told today by the doc that she does not need to do anything. She needs to stay away from walking up and down, in and out of the house, and she needs to just sit down and let me do everything. So that was nice of the doctor to tell her, because now I get to do it all. So, hey, that's cool. That's cool, which I planned on doing most of anyway. So, but yes, she was grounded. Okay. So anyway, let's see who all is on this evening. Like I said, hopefully you guys can hear me and hopefully it is not too echoey, I guess. Is that a word? Is echoey a word? Anyway, let's see who we got. Terry Gear, what's going on? He said, hit the like, let's grow this. I think is what he meant to say, this channel. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. I appreciate it very much. People get on there and they look at those likes and they say, okay, this is good content because everybody's liking it. So let's watch this. So yes, we are trying to grow a channel and the channel is growing. It has not been growing as rapidly as of late because I haven't posted a whole lot. Hopefully you guys saw the video that came out today because I did get another video out today. Hopefully you guys seen that. If you commented on that, I have not seen your comments yet because I have not been back on YouTube to look at your comments. I apologize, but hopefully you guys are watching the video that dropped today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, a little crappie fishing for you guys. So, but I've struggled lately to get crappie content out, which will change hopefully once we slow back down a little bit after the house and Little Wire gets here. So anyway, smash that thumbs up. Thank you, Terry Gear. I appreciate it, buddy, from Middle Tennessee. Paul Gwynn from Chattanooga. What's going on? Matthew Kofelt. Hello. Slab Buster. What's going on there, Slab Buster? Says, hey, everybody. Heidi Clark. Hi, Matt from Idaho. How is Laura? Laura's doing well. Laura is doing well, guys. Laura's still, like I said, had a doctor's appointment today. The doctor told her to take it easy. Don't participate in your move. Okay. Let your husband do it all, which I appreciate that doctor. Yeah, that was nice of her. But anyway, doing well. Everything looks good. Little Wired looks healthy, so we're blessed for that, and everything is going to schedule and on plan. So you couldn't ask for anything more. We want a healthy baby. So as long as he's healthy, then we're good. All right, Tom A from Pennsylvania, what's going on? Let's see. Larry said it's the new place. This is actually not our new house. Okay, guys, this is not our new house. I don't have internet over there yet because we're moving it from here to there. So when we move internet from here, from our current home, which is where we're at right now. Okay. When we move from here over to the new house, we will do a live over at the new house when we move the internet. Okay. Which is coming here in the next week or so. So once we get that moved over, I was afraid to do it from my cell phone because I didn't know what the signal would be like and I wasn't real sure how well you guys would be able to hear me. So I wanted to be on Wi-Fi and not on my cell phone. So this is our current home, not our new home. Okay. Yeah, as soon as I get Wi-Fi set up over there, guys, we're going to be doing lives from the shop, and we're going to be in the boat, and it's going to be really cool. So we're going to be able to do a lot of good stuff. I'm going to be able to show you guys a lot of cool stuff. It's going to get very in depth. I'm going to get off. I think I'm going to try to get off this laptop because I do my lives from a laptop, guys. So I'm going to try to get off the laptop a little bit and use my phone a little bit more, where we can walk around the shop and I can show you things. You can ask questions. I can walk you up to, my units, or I can walk you back to the motor, or I can walk you to battery compartments, or whatever. I mean, we're going to just try to do a lot of different stuff on these lives once we get into the shop, move around a lot more, where I have access to everything. And I've got great lighting in the shop, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really cool, really in depth. We're going to get a lot more in depth on a lot more things soon. So I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a blast. Heath McDaniel, good evening. Dave D from Greenville, South Carolina. Hello, hello. Jimmy Pratt. Hello, Matt and gang. What's going on, Jimmy? Get hooked with Ruben Hua. Hello from Polk County, Florida. What's going on, buddy? Crappie Kev. Hello. Todd Pell from Beaver Creek, Ohio. What's going on? Mike Morrison from Clarks Hill. Hello, hello. Joel Nash, like the new room. Again, just my kitchen, guys. Current home, not new home, in the kitchen. So sitting out here, like I said, I don't know if I'm echoing, but if I am, I'm sorry, because we don't have anything on the walls outside of that clock behind me. And I'm echoing a little bit. I can hear myself echoing. So I'm trying to keep my voice kind of toned down a little bit because I know there's an echo, or I hear it. I don't know if you guys do. But anyway, hopefully you can hear me fine. Mark McCraney. I think I said that right. McCraney, is that right? Mark checking in from Lizella, Georgia. What's going on? Jamie Nelson, hello. Okay. Audio fine. I hear you fine. Good deal. Joe Nichols says, what's up, Matt from Sail Creek? Got the decals today. Thanks. Good deal. Good deal. Yes, we need to talk about those. Actually, let me go get them, and we're going to show them to you. I'll be right back because they're right out this door. Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right. So I don't know if you guys seen the post or not. If you did, great. If you didn't, I'm going to show you right now. So I got asked multiple times for decals. Wired for Crappie decals, guys. You can get these at wiredforcrappie.com. It's that simple. www.wiredforcrappie.com. It is a 5x3 decal, and these decals will stick to anything, okay? You can put them on your boat windshield. You can put them on your vehicles. You can put them on your bumpers. You can put them on your boat itself. You can put them on a tumbler cup, okay? You can wash them. They won't peel off. The adhesive on these is water resistant or waterproof. You can wash them, put them in the dishwasher, whatever. They won't fade. They will stay stuck to your tumblers and so on and so forth. So if you want a decal, again, they're 5 inches long, 3 inches wide. They're very, very well made, okay? If you want a decal, wiredforcrappie.com. Check them out. We got, right now, I've got this many, but we've already sold, I think, about 25 or 30 of them. So if you want one, get them, because I'm getting orders for them every day, and they're going quick. And this is all I'm going to have for the time being. It's going to be a while before I get any more if we sell out of these, but right now that's all we got. So if you want a decal, go check them out on the website, and you can order one there. Big O, hello, Matt, a Wired fan from Clarks Hill Lake, Georgia. What's going on, Tom A? Hello, hello. Bobby, what's going on, Bobby? Loud and clear. Plenty of loud and clears. Ashley Coffee, what's going on, Ashley? Good evening, Matt and the Wired fam. Hello, hello. J.M. Rose, howdy from South Carolina. Johnny Coots, hello, everyone. Hello, Johnny. Let's see. Harvey T, what's going on? Sportsman's Paradise says, hello, Matt. What's going on? Hello from 10 Mile from Charles Davison. What's going on, Charles? Curtis, I will get you those. I have them. I just have not had a chance to put them in an email and send them to you. So I will get those to you ASAP. Sportsman's Paradise says, ready for the Crappie Expo 2021 here in Shreveport. Yeah, guys, so the big Wally Marshall Expo is happening this weekend. If you don't know about that, it is a big deal every year, and they're doing some really great things. And they've got a tournament down there on the Red River this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing how it pans out. It is going to be interesting. I will tell you this. I've heard, well, it's not really rumor. It's actually there's a tournament that's going to compete with Wally's. It's a big event that's going to happen in 2022. That's going to be right here in the good old state of Tennessee. I don't have all of the details yet, but I have some of the details, mostly because I'm on that board of directors for that event. I got brought in as a director for the tournament, and they reached out to me, told me what they were doing, and asked me to be a director because I am president of East Tennessee Crappie Club. I have run a lot of large tournaments. The ACC tournament last year, which you guys know, myself and others ran that event. It was kind of a thing. It was a vision that I had that I presented to several people, and they ran with it. They loved it, and we were able to hold a great tournament. Had 72 boats in that event. So I've been able to be blessed and hold some large tournaments. We had some charity events with upwards of 70 and 80 boats in those that myself and my vice president in the club helped with at the time. So anyway, they reached out to me, asked me to be a director, and I said yes. So that's going to happen in 2022, and it's already slotted for Dale Hollow Lake, I believe it is. So it's going to be a good event, and there will be an expo at that event, and it will be another large crappie tournament for the crappie fishing community. It will be tens of thousands of dollars for first place. I don't know what the exact payout is yet, but it will be large. Very similar to Wally's event, but there will be a little more emphasis on where everything goes, how all the funding gets distributed. There's some charity events and things that are happening, and they're going to be involved in that as well. So it's going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to it. I will be fishing it. You can assure yourself of that. I'll be fishing it. I am a director, but I will also be fishing. That was the first question that I asked when they asked me to be part of the team putting together the event, holding the event, was, can I fish it? And they were like, absolutely. I was like, cool. Okay, I'll do it. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, that's November of next year, 2022. So got a long ways to go. For those that are in Tennessee, though, it will be held in Tennessee, and there will be an expo. So you guys are going to get to participate in one of these expos without having to travel too far. So rock on for that, because I'm super excited. A lot of the reason that I hadn't participated in Wally's tournaments, those large events, obviously I was invited last year. I was invited the year before. Well, I was extended an invite, and I turned it down because I just couldn't travel that far. At that point in my life, with my kids and my wife, I couldn't get away for a week to go do that. So, needless to say, I did not participate this year because it's just too far. I mean, Louisiana for a week. I mean, geez, Zooey. So anyway, this one's going to be held right here in Tennessee. It's going to be right here in my back door, and I will be at it. Ain't no doubt about it. So looking forward to that. I'll give you guys more information on that when it's available. But right now, it's there's not a whole lot available for you guys to look at yet, but it's coming. All right, I'm gonna move on from that. Sorry about it. Let's see. Paul says, got my decal in the mail today. Thanks. You're very welcome, sir. Eddie Gregg, does Crappie Cove have a website so I can get a phone number to order? Absolutely. It's right down here in the discount codes. Should be coming up right now, Eddie Gregg, crappiecove.com, right there, www.crappiecove.com. You can get their phone number off that and give them a call. Charles Davison, Matt, going to Weiss Lake in 21 days. Can't wait. Any input? Absolutely, I do. So what, how do you like to fish, Charles? Let me ask that. Do you like to shoot ducks? Do you like to troll? What kind of technique do you typically use to target crappie? And I'll give you some info. Good evening from Lake Fork, Texas. Bruce Sumner. What's going on? Tom A. got my invite for 2022 Sunday from Northeast Ohio Crappie Club I belong to. Dan mentioned your name. Dan's a great guy. I really enjoy talking to Dan and conversating with Dan back and forth, Tom. It's going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to it. I am trying my best to get as involved as I can, but everybody knows I'm slammed. And man, let me tell you guys something. Everybody wants to fish in October and November. I've been absolutely overloaded with people that want to go on trips, guide trips, electronics trips, all kinds of stuff. And I've been absolutely pummeled with requests to go on trips. So if you're on here tonight, you've sent me a request or sent me a message that says you want to go on a guide trip, I will get back. But my schedule is getting full very fast for October and November. Plus, at some point, Little Wired's coming in October and November, and I am literally going to end up having to cancel on somebody because he's going to be here and I'm going to have to push somebody back. So if that happens to you, I'm sorry. If it's you that I have to push back, I'm sorry. But when he comes, he comes. I can't help that. And Mama's going to need me here. So anyway. If you want to go on a guide trip, let me know. Hit me up, info@wiredforcrappie.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, Matt Zenas, Wired for Crappie on Facebook. Send a message there. You know, there's a million and one ways to get in touch with me. But, yeah, hit me up. Let me know. Or you can book online at wiredforcrappie.com. You can go to my guide trips, my services, book electronics trips, guide trips, whatever you want online too. So I generally send everybody online to book because it's easier for me to keep up with my schedule that way. But anyway, Joe Nichols says, I'll be there. I'll be where? At the 2022 event? Asleep. I want more info. I want to be there. Sarge, holler at me after the live, okay? I've got something I need to talk to you about. I don't want to do it live right here because I don't want to put you on the spot, but I got something I want to talk to you about. So hit me up after the live, okay, please. Joel Nash, could you please keep us updated on that tournament? Let me just go get it. I'll be right back. Let me just go get it, okay? Sliding in on you. All right. So much like Wally's tournament, this tournament is going to be a by invitation tournament only. Okay. So you have to receive an invite to participate in the event. This is the invites. Okay. This is who's hosting it. It's Midwest Crappie Alliance Invitational 2022 on Dale Holla. Okay. It says, congratulations. Your name goes here. Okay. You've been invited to participate in the industry's new and exclusive invitational crappie tournament. It's November 10th through the 12th in Salina, Tennessee. Please RSVP at this address. Okay. You have to have one of these to get into the tournament. All right, guys, this is the, I guess, ticket to get you in. All right, now, these have been handed out to multiple people within the industry. They've been handed out to a lot of local clubs, to their presidents, and so on and so forth. Okay. As I said, I'm a director for the event. I'm helping set up everything for the event as far as the rules, how it's going to flow, the costs, the vendor booths. There's going to be an expo. It's going to be a very, very, very large deal. Okay. There's going to be 150 boat cutoff. Okay, it's going to be at 150. Last I was told, that may change depending on how many people want in the event. But the biggest part about it, like I said, it's the 10th through the 12th. And all anglers that participate in this event are going to get to fish all 3 days. Okay, there will be a cut on the 3rd day. The top 25 will fish and weigh, but everyone else will have an opportunity to fish on the 3rd day for one big fish for a payout. Okay, so the other 125 boats will still be fishing the 3rd day. That's what makes this so great, because everybody gets to stick around and fish, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to fish. So again, it's the first annual tournament right here, first annual. This is going to be a big deal. This is going to be an every year thing, and I'm pleased and happy to be a part of this. It is going to be great. I'm going to be sending out invitations to people myself. And then there are people all over the country that are going to start sending out invitations. We were told last week that we can start sending these out. I have yet to do so because I still have a lot of thinking to do on it. So I only have so many invitations as of right now, and you may get one. All right. So we will see who all gets these, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. Now, if you get one, I'm probably going to have a conversation with people beforehand before these get written and passed out, because obviously there's only so many of these, and we need to know that you're going to be able to participate or not. So probably going to have conversations with people, Joel, beforehand and say, you know, is this something that you can participate and will commit to participating in? Then you will get your slip. Does that make sense? And I know that's why you're asking, Joel, because I think you probably want to fish it. But like I said, it is by invite only. Will they open the field up? I don't know. That may happen if they need the additional boats. We will see. But right now, it is by invite only. Okay. Hey, Matt, going to Douglas this week, and any advice will be live scoping. Yeah, nice try, Jimmy. Our next crappie tournament for East Tennessee Crappie Club is on Douglas, and Jimmy's trying to search for some info. Fish from the dam to Walter's Bridge. And fine brush and points and bluffs and docks and fish. Find fish, Jimmy. No, Douglas, between now and the tournament, Jimmy, Douglas is going to change. Douglas is a flood control lake. It is used to control flooding in the winter. They drain that lake down about 60 feet to be able to hold water for flooding, snow runoff and things out of the mountains. That's how they control our water in the winter around East Tennessee. So right now, if I tell you anything, Jimmy, it's going to change. I mean, it really is. Douglas, I probably won't pre-fish for Douglas until the week of the tournament. I may go the weekend before, but the week of the tournament will be when I'm up there, because it's going to change. The water's already started to drop up there. It's going to continue to drop. So, it'll be different. And you'll fish stuff now that's in 25, 30 feet of water that'll be on the bank by the time the tournament gets here. So I'd love to give you more, buddy, but right now it ain't going to help you. Tim, do you think the split in the E? What is that? Yeah, you'll have to elaborate on that one, Tim. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Charles Davidson says docks. That's all you got to do down there, man. To be honest with you, use your Navionics. Find those docks that have those that are close to a creek channel or close to the river channel that have good depth under them, and fish those docks. I think Richard Jean's pretty much, painted a roadmap for Weiss Lake. To be honest with you, I mean, I really think he has. He's kind of showing everybody and their mother's brother what you need to do on Weiss. But yeah, I mean, find those docks that have good water under them and then fish those docks. Use your Navionics, take advantage of it. Anything that has more than 5 feet and less than 20 feet, fish it, and you'll find fish. Okay. All right, Bo Myers, what's going on, Bo? Do you ever have them days where you can't see your jig on live scope? No. No, I don't. I have those minutes where I lose my jig, but that's generally because I have my pole pointed in the wrong direction. But I don't ever have them days where I can't see my jig, Bo. I saw a post from somebody today that was talking about this on Facebook. Somebody tagged me in it about they watched my video. I think it was Live Scope 101 or something like that. I don't remember which video it was. I've done several on Live Scope, but they watched my video and set theirs up similar to mine, and they said they could see a 32nd ounce jig at 40 feet. So I don't ever have any issues. I would go back and watch my videos and see if Live Scope's always changing and water clarities are always changing. So, silt contents are always changing in the lake, and you can get a lot of fuzz on your screen, and you do sometimes have to turn your sensitivity, or not your sensitivity, but your gain down, which is sensitivity. You sometimes have to turn that down to get silt out of the water, and that can affect your jig a little bit where you might not see it as well. But generally, I always see my jig. As long as my pole's pointed at my jig, I always see it. Heath McDaniel, Dale Hollow, Great Lake, been once on a houseboat rental for a week. It is a great lake. I've heard a lot of good things about it, Heath. I have not personally fished it, but let me assure you, by the time this gets here, I'm going to have some time wrapped up in Dale Hollow Lake. All right. I just have to convince my fishing partner to go fish this with me. I think he will. But I'm going to have some time wrapped up in Dale Hollow Lake. There's no doubt about that. So I'll be able to answer a lot of questions by November of 2022. I'll be able to. I won't. I'll be able to answer a lot of questions. But especially after November 2022, I'll be able to answer a lot of you guys' questions, and will after November 2022. But no, I will have a lot of time wrapped up in that lake. I'll be making some secret trips over there between now and 2022. It's going to be a lot of fun. I get to learn new waters. That's what I love to do, guys. You guys know that. I love new water. I love to go find stuff, be successful, and just locate fish on new water. That's a passion of mine too. So anyway, going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, if you want to participate in this event, okay, if you want to be part of the Dale Hollow Shootout, get involved, first of all, with a local club in your area. What? Mama Wired is in the kitchen. Let's see if we can see her. She's trying to hide. Oh, there was her shadow. Did you see it? She don't want to be on camera, guys. Anyway, if you want to be involved in this, get involved in your local clubs. Get involved with your local tournaments. Talk to people on your local tournament trails. Ask them if they know about this. If they don't know about it, get them involved. Get them hooked up with somebody that does. Me or Dan Elko is who the Dan that spoke of earlier. Get them involved with somebody that knows about this so that we can get them the information they need, and then you can participate in the event. Okay. There will be a big release across all of social media about this event. Okay. And if you want to participate, there will be an opportunity for you to send in any kind of resumes or requests to be a part of the event. Okay. So get involved. Get involved with your local clubs. Get involved with the tournament trails, and that's how you're going to get involved in that event. Okay. Asleep. Who do I need to pay for an invite? That's funny. You don't need to pay anybody. Well, if you get an invite, that's when you have to pay. So the invites don't cost anything. It's once you get the invite that you have to pay for the tournament. So obviously, there is an entry fee to the tournament, guys. It is not going to be, get an invite, go fish for free. There is an entry fee to the tournament. Okay. And I'm not going to speak on what that entry fee is as of yet because it could change. We're still in the building stage for the event, but we're going to start talking to people about fishing it and sending those invites so that people can start preparing for the event because it's a year from now and people like their time to prepare. So anyway, Terry Gear says, please send Joel Nash one. Okay, we will see. I don't know. Does he know that lake? Does he know it well? Might be too much competition. I may not send him one. I'm just kidding. There will be invites sent out. I'm not talking to who I'm sending them to or who may get them, who may not get them, blah, blah, blah. If I contact you guys to fish the event, that's when you'll need to have a serious conversation with me about will you participate. And if you will participate, you need to make a commitment that you'll participate, and then you'll get your invites, okay? We don't want to send out a bunch of invites to people and just for, hey, I got an invite for this. If you're going to get an invite, you need to commit to participating, okay? So enough about that. Moving on. Tim Dickerson says, what are your thoughts on dividing a smaller club into two divisions with smaller paybacks? Well, with the East Tennessee Crappie Club, we did that this year. We have two divisions at every tournament. So I split that field and we'll split it at every tournament. That was something I talked about and brought up last year that we needed to do, and everybody agreed. So what we did is we're actually doing a live sonar division and a non-live sonar division. The last tournament we had was had 22 boats in the live sonar division and 4 boats in the non-live. So it didn't really separate it very much. It did separate it some, but it was just 2 pots. It's just payback to, it's like running 2 different tournaments, Tim. Now, the logistics of it for the president, for lack of better terms, sucks, okay? Because I had to basically run 2 tournaments. I had to keep these people here and these people here, and I have to, try to do Angler of the Year for these people and Angler of the Year for these people and make sure they don't get mixed up. And if they fish here, they can't fish there. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess, but it's worth it. It's worth it if one more person shows up because of the non-live scope division. Okay, it's worth it. So we're going to be all right. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people out there that for whatever reason don't want or don't have live sonar, and that's fine. They don't have to. They can still come participate. So that's what we did. Asleep says, at Wired for Crappie, missed the first part, but have to ask, are you seeing transition yet? I know I asked 2 weeks ago, just wondering how Tennessee varies from Texas. We're seeing it here learning. So to answer your question, I had a trip Sunday. Okay. That was kind of what so the gentleman I had with me wanted to learn more than anything, and he wanted to kind of understand how the transition works and what to look for, where to start, how I go through my process about the transition. And I told him, I said, when they're transitioning in the fall, I generally start midway in the creek. Okay. I start midway back in the creek, and I'm looking for those fish in creek channels. I'll run those creek channels till I find fish. Now, When we got there Sunday, the water temps were 75, and I still found those fish. We found a few fish just off the creek channel on a couple flats. We found them on brush, but for the most part, the fish that we found were still on the main channel. Okay. We found a few fish. We caught, I don't know, 15, 20, maybe 30 fish kind of in the creeks, a third of the way back, not really halfway back, but kind of a third of the way back. But it was still not, they still weren't there yet. Okay. But that 75-degree water temperature, they still hadn't made it back yet. They're still kind of sitting out there in open water in that larger area in, still deep. Okay. In the cooler water. So we actually made it out to the main channel. We were there about an hour and a half, and I knew right away it wasn't going to work in the creek. So we moved out to the main channel and just absolutely started slaying fish. I mean, I think we caught, I don't know, we were out there 4 hours and probably caught 80 or 100 fish. It was a very good trip, very good day. And he was able to see how I go through my progression of starting in one area and continually moving until I find those concentrations of fish. And then when I found the concentration of fish, I knew where there was about 6 or 8 different piles. And I said, we're not going to crank the motor again. We're going to stay right here. And he's like, why are you going to do that? I said, because there's fish everywhere right here. There's bait here. There's fish here. There's suspended fish. There's fish on brush, and there's bait all over it. So we're going to stay right here. And we moved around those 6 or 8 piles and continued to catch fish the rest of the afternoon. It was a very, very good, like I said, trip, very good day. And a lot of fun. So we never cranked the motor again. Now, the one thing that I did do on the way back to the ramp is I spooled an entire reel into my prop, which was fun. I got back to the ramp and I pulled the boat out, and there's this run of fishing line out from my boat all the way back to the ramp. And I was like, what in the world? Where'd that come from? And I started looking at my prop, and it was all out on the outside of my prop on my prop nut. And I was like, okay, wonder if it's in the prop. And I got my phone and I shined a flashlight in there, and it's, just completely bird's nest inside the prop. And I was like, oh no. And anyway, I looked up in the boat, and one of my reels, I guess one of the ones we had broke off, it got unspooled enough to get back there to the motor in the prop, and it completely spooled the reel. So I don't know. I mean, I had 100 yards of line in my prop. Yay! And I had to get that out when I got home. So I was up late, but that's okay. Anyway, to answer your question, they've maybe kind of started that transition, but it really hadn't. It's really not happened yet. They really hadn't transitioned back yet. A few, but not many. And the ones we caught that were in transition were small fish. We didn't catch any good fish that were back in the creeks. That turn should be during muzzleloader. Probably. It's probably going to be close to that, which is next month, something like that. Bobby says, what fish finder would you recommend for folks that can't afford live scope? I'd still recommend, if somebody says, hey, one day I would like to have live scope, but right now I can't afford the $1,500 transducer and box, I would still recommend a Garmin unit, because you can always upgrade to live scope on a Garmin unit, right? And their down imaging and side imaging is great. They do have good units. Now, I run Lowrance's, but I run my live scope up front. I run Lowrance's. I heard it again this past week. I heard, the guy that was with me, he said, I never get pictures like that. He said, my gosh. He said, I started showing him the creek channel, and I started showing him, I said, look, this is where it drops into the creek channel, and there's creek channel right there. And I was showing him the creek channel on side imaging. I was like, see, we missed the creek by about 50 feet. It's over here to the left. And he's like, I never get pictures like that. How do you get pictures like that? I'm like, well, I'm running Lowrance's. He's like, that's amazing. I said, well, there you go. I'm running the old Lowrance's. They still get, the picture that comes off those old Lowrance's is just by far superior, in my opinion, to what you see today. They had it right back then. I don't know why they ever changed it, but I'm running the LSS2 transducer through the box on Gen 1 units. And I could see a gnat sitting on a gnat's back with those units. It's just that good. So anyway, I generally hear that from people when they get in my boat. They see that and they go, I never get pictures like that. And it's like, well, I don't tell you. I mean, they got it right back then, but no, Garmin units, to answer your question, Garmin units are very good side imaging units. I ran Garmin's for a while and I was able to see brush. I was able to find structure out to the sides of the boat, and the down imaging is good too. Now, do you have as much definition on the down imaging with a Garmin unit as you do, say, my Lowrance's? No, you're not going to get as much, but you're going to get a pretty good picture. And you're going to get pretty good definition on those units. So that would be my recommendation. Get something that you could, if you want live scope one day, that you can upgrade to. Todd Pell caught my first and only black nose on Dale Holla. That's awesome. Black nose, we got a lot of black nose up here. So actually, TWRA uses the black nose to stock with. That way they can go back and they can, when they do their surveys and things, they can see which fish are stocked and they can get an accurate count on how many of their stocked fish have survived. So they have their mathematical formulas that, if they do seine nets in so many areas and they catch this many black crappie, they can estimate how many survive the spawn or the survive from juvenile and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, we've had TWRA come out and actually give seminars for us for the club where they talked about all that stuff, about their stocking efforts and their yields and all this good stuff, and the natural spawn and its yield. And I mean, it's good stuff. It really is. They've got a lot of good information that they give out in those, and I've learned a lot from them. So as you guys know, I'm an info junkie and I like details. So I listen, and they give some good info out for sure. Asleep says, just looked up Dale Holla. That is about 2 hours closer. Should only take 12 hours. Haha. I will go and put some diesel in the truck in a few. That's funny. Yeah, the Dale Holla is not far from me. It is like you said, a couple hours. So I see some weekend trips coming in my future. Loading mama and the kids up and trying to get a weekend pass to go fish that lake and let them go do something fun. So I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. Heard you talk about fall turnover last week. In your opinion, at about what surface temp does that start in East Tennessee? It's okay. Listen, so a very good question. So when does the fall turnover start? It actually starts as soon as the water temps begin to cool off. Once you reach your peak water temperature for the summer temperature, let's say it's 89 degrees, which we saw a lot here. Okay. The minute that water temperature begins to cool, it starts falling in the water column. Okay. So that surface water, as that surface water cools, it's going to drop in the water column and you're going to get another layer that moves up. So as soon as the water starts to cool, it's going to start turning. All right. Now, when you start getting these colder nights down in the 50s and 40s, okay, right now we're just getting some mid to upper 60s. And then it's warming up in the day. But when we start getting those cold temps, like those 50s and 40s, that's when it's really going to put the throttle down, if you will, on the turnover. Okay, because then it's really going to start turning. It's going to be faster and faster and faster. Right now, it's a very gradual, very slow turn. Once it starts getting to those temps, it's going to speed that up. It's going to get more rapid, and those layers are going to start turning quicker. That's when it's going to start messing with your fish, because it's just going to turn the lake at a rapid rate, and those fish are going to get confused. They're going to get discombobulated. They're going to suck down, and they're going to say, okay, what in the crap? All that nasty water is going to move up to the surface, and it's going to turn, like we talked about last week, into that coffee color, which I see on Teleco this time of year, and it stinks. The fishing blows when that happens. Certain areas of the lake are still very good, but for some reason, certain areas of that lake, it's where the thermocline sets up mostly on that upper end is tough when it starts really turning. So it's going to answer your question. It's going to start as soon as the water temps begin to cool, but it's really going to increase later as it starts getting colder. To answer your question, when does that start? When does it start affecting the fish? It's going to start affecting the fish somewhere around the end of October. Okay, somewhere in that 3rd to 4th week of October is when it's going to start affecting them. Larry, thank you so much for the super chat, Larry. He says, you skipped me. You skipped me. So what's up with the live scope class? Checked on crappiecove.com and there's nothing. That's because we haven't assigned the class yet, Larry. I won't put a title of that class for probably another month. Okay. So that class has not been decided on yet, but it will be a very informative class. I mean, here's the thing. I've got to teach on a subject, Larry, for 3.5 hours. Okay. I can't teach live scope for 3.5 hours because there's not 3.5 hours worth of info to teach on. I could teach a live scope class in 30 minutes. And you could get everything that you need in 30 minutes. All right. So live scope is not that complicated, guys. It really isn't. You just have to know how to set it. And once you know how to set it, you're there. You're good. So to answer your question, Larry, I don't know what that last class will be yet, but we will set the last class. So just keep an eye out for it. Okay. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, buddy. Asleep. He says, thanks for the answer. Seeing them here moving all over the lake, but some are working toward the deep water. Very strange this year. Things are a little different than normal. Do you guys have turnover down there, Chris? I'm assuming you probably do. Don't you have a fall turnover? And if so, that may be why they're moving out to that deeper water if your lakes are starting to turn over. I mean, here's the thing. For us here in East Tennessee, we have more mild temperatures than you guys do. So you guys have, extremely hot weather, right? So let me see. Let me try to put this in my brain so that I can tell it to you guys without sounding ignorant. Okay, so you guys have extremely hot weather down there. So when you guys get a cool down, your cool down is going to set off more of a turnover because you got higher temperatures. You got hotter water, higher temperatures. They're going to cool quicker when you get a cooling of the air temperature. So when the air temperature cools, surface temperatures cool, your lakes are probably going to turn over sooner than ours. When that turnover starts to happen, that good water is the clean water is going to sink to the bottom as it cools. That nasty, dirty water from the summer is going to push up in the water column, which is probably why you're seeing those fish move out. Okay, because they're following that clean, good, oxygenated water that they were living in all summer. They're following it down as it cools and sinks in the water column. Does that make sense? That's why I think you guys are probably seeing that before us, because you guys get so much hotter than we do. We have, like I said, more mild temperatures that last for a longer period. And when we get that cooling, it's later in the year because we drop off into winter. Okay. So our fall temperatures create a slow cool where when you guys get out of 110, it's quickly, right? I mean, you basically have 3 seasons down there. Not 4. We have 4. You guys have 3, sometimes 2. So maybe that's why you guys, that would be my hypothesis of what's going on down there with you guys. They're probably following that water, that cleaner, more oxygenated water they've been living in. They're probably following it down as it drops. It's probably why you're seeing those fish move out. What are you doing? Hey. Why are you laying on the food? I don't know. Come here. Come here. Or not. All right. I guess I hadn't showed y'all. Come here. Come here, girl. We hadn't had you on here in a while. Come here. Oh, you've gotten big. Look who's gotten big, guys. Oh, who's gotten so big? Y'all remember when she was just a little thing? She's a big old girl now. Look at this thing. Rock-a-bye, kitty. Yeah, she's my baby. Old Rust Dog gone. She's the only one that loves on me anymore. Yes, aren't you? All right, go on. You need to quit laying on the pizza box. All right. Brandon, your last video, you were fishing in 15 to 22 feet of water. I was. What size jig are you using for that kind of depth? 16th ounce. Anything that's, anytime I fish brush in that 15 plus, I'm using a 16th ounce. I don't typically swim anything larger. I did on our last tournament, however, because there was a lot of bluegill at the top of the brush piles, and I was trying to get down through the bluegill before they had time to pick all the tails off of your jig, which they will do. But I typically always throw a 16th ounce at that depth. Joel Nash, if I can't fish tournament, holler at me. One of my home lakes. Wouldn't care a bit to show you around. Don't tell me that, because I'm gonna be like, no, I'm sorry, Joel, you can't. Can I come down next weekend and you show me around? And then I'm gonna invite you. After you show me around, I'll invite you, right? No, we'll have a conversation about it, Joel. Like I said, it is an invite tournament, but we'll have conversations about it. I'm sorry, I just can't give away a whole lot right now because I've submitted some stuff and I'm waiting to hear back on some things, and I can't give out a whole lot of stuff right now. But sit tight, everybody's hang tight. There will be a lot of these going out in the next month. Okay. Next month, you'll see a lot of these floating around. You'll see a lot of people putting these on their Facebook pages. You'll see a lot of posts that say they're blessed to be invited and that sort of thing. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a really good deal. So, but not everybody can go. I'm sorry. I mean, there's limited space. There's going to be people from all over the country coming to this thing, and there's limited space. So if you don't get invited, please don't get upset. Please don't. And that Joel isn't that pointed at you. I'm just saying, for all of the people out there that would love to fish in something like this and be a part of this, not everybody can. And that's the unfortunate thing, is there is a lot of people that will want to fish in an event like this that unfortunately won't get to this year, but there's always next year. There's always the year after that. This is going to be an annual thing. Okay. So don't get down on yourself if you don't get invited. And if you do, go. You need to go. You got to be at this. This is going to be a big deal. There's going to be a lot of stuff given away. There's going to be a lot of prize money paid out. And there's going to be a lot of kids that are helped with this. Okay. So it's going to be very, very good. Very, very good. Thanks so much for the thermocline answer. Makes sense. Head to Telco, Little Tennessee River area tomorrow. Wish us luck. Good luck. Catch a big one. Catch one for me, because I will be working. Heidi says, pretty kitty. I was wondering the other day about your cat, or how your cat was doing. She's doing good. She's doing real well. She hated me about 3 weeks ago, though. About 3 weeks ago, I capped her nails, and she absolutely hated me. She tried to bite me, and she was hissing at me and everything. She's like, get those off. She's got little purple caps on her nails, little glittery purple caps. So anyway, she was not happy with me, but she will be capped, because I'm not taking her to my new house and letting her scratch up my baseboards and sideboards and trim work and all that good stuff. She will be capped. So she'll have to get over that. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to take her claws out, because that supposedly hurts them, but she'll be capped. But she's doing good. She's doing real well. So yeah, like I said, last week, still on the main channel. Most all fish we caught were on the main channel, on brush. We did fish brush, and it was in that 15 to 22 foot of water. It was in that same range. We found some fish suspended, and then we found some fish that were just buried in brush. And you'd really have to get in there and get them. Lost a lot of jigs, but that's okay. That's part of it. I mean, that's part of that's part of fishing, crappie fishing. Dinner of Champions, Mountain Dew. Matches my hat. Look, boom it. All right, so like I said, brush piles, main river, East Tennessee lakes. Lake I was on Sunday, still 75 degrees, still hadn't really cooled off much, but that was an afternoon. So, it was probably 70 to 72 that morning, probably something like that. And that probably warmed up to 75 as the day went on because it was a bright, sunshiny day, high pressure, not a cloud in the sky. It was bluebird. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. Most people say they don't like fishing bluebird days. I love bluebird days, guys. I absolutely love them. Paul, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that super chat. It's a blessing to me, and I appreciate it very, very much. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and for everything y'all do for this channel because, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, I really wouldn't. I'd be sitting here talking to myself looking like a dum-dum. So thank you very much, Paul, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I love bluebird days. Absolutely love them because those high pressure bluebird days, it sends fish into brush. My gosh. I mean, you won't get a whole lot of fish roaming around on a big bluebird day like that. I mean, a big bluebird, high pressure day, they're going to brush, and you can run brush and fish brush and catch fish all day long from daylight to dark, and even after dark. But from daylight to dark, you can catch fish on brush, and it just makes it so much fun. It really does. So that's what I love to do, and when I love to fish. And he said, we appreciate the valuable info you provide. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. I like to think that I give some good info out. I really would. I like to think that you guys take what I blab out here on these lives and on my videos and take it and are able to find fish with it and able to be successful. That's what it's all about. And I've had a lot of success stories that people have come back and said they were able to go to the lake and take what I told them and actually catch fish, and they thanked me. And that's what this is all about. It's by helping you guys catch fish. So thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the kind words for sure. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. I can't wait to get into the house. I can't wait to be able to do some lives from the shop, be able to walk around, to do some different things with you guys. I mean, we may even tie some jigs together. We just may do all kinds of stuff. We may rig rods, we'll spool reels, we'll, do all kinds of good things. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just going to be able to be a lot more mobile and, take you guys on kind of a journey with me through a lot of different stuff, having everything right there at my fingertips. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a process for sure. It ain't going to happen overnight, and this ain't going to happen by next week, but it'll happen next month or so. We'll get everything set up, and we'll be in there, and we'll be rocking and rolling. I need to start getting some stuff out on this Midwest Crappie Alliance thing, which I will. I got brought in late, to be honest with you. I got brought in a little late to it. I think they already had a lot of stuff in the works and rolling before I got there. So it was one of those things where somehow, some way, in some shape, form, or fashion, my name came up around the right people. I know a lot of people in the industry. I've been blessed over the years through trade shows and tournament fishing to learn and know and call friends a lot of people in the crappie industry. Okay. And it's fun. I just love it. And, like I said, my name got brought up and I got brought into it, and been on a few calls and love what they're doing. I really do. And it's going to be a blast. So I'll get more of that info out to you guys as I have it. Okay. As we get it, I'll get more of that out to you. But all I can tell you right now is it's in Tennessee. All right. I love that the most about it because it's right here in my back door. It's going to be an expo and a tournament. It's not just going to be a tournament. Okay. It's going to be an expo. There's going to be all kinds of good vendors there. All the top crappie guys are going to be there. Grizzly Jig, B&M, Bonehead, ACC, everybody's going to be there that has anything good to do with crappie fishing. And you guys are going to be able to talk to some people and meet some people and just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun all the way around, not just for the fishermen, but for everybody involved. And if you don't get the fish in the event, for some reason you don't get one of these and you really wanted one, show up down there, show your face, talk to people, associate, get to know people. Okay. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about is being a part of that family and getting to know people. This is not a good old boys tournament. Okay. These are going out all over the country. It's not just going to be, hey, who do I know that can come? No, it's who do I know and who does that club know and who does this club know and it's all over the country. So there's going to be the best anglers from all over the country there for you guys to learn from and listen to. When they get up on that stage and weigh fish, tell you how their day went, and they'll be at booths, they'll be over with their sponsors at their booths. You can talk to them. You can talk to them about how they catch fish. You tell them that Wired for Crappie told you to use a bonehead jig. If you ain't using a bonehead jig, you're just second place. If you're using crappie magnets, you're in second. No, I'm just kidding. That's for all my crappie magnet followers out there. Where's Rusty Prophet when you need him at? But no, Rona. I'm choking myself up here. But yeah, it's going to be real fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to being a part of it. And I'm going to stop talking about it. But it was brought up, and I'm excited. All right, don't forget about the decals, guys. If you want a decal, go get you a decal. They're on the website, like I said, wiredforcrappie.com, among all our other goodies, our shirts and everything else that we've got on there. So, but yeah, I think that's about all I have. Is there any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? Brandon says, I know I take all the info to heart. It has helped me catch more crappie on my East Tennessee lakes. That's awesome, man. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for saying that. Paul, give me a tip for Chickamauga this weekend. Start back in the creek, ? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you want to catch big fish? You want to catch a lot of fish? If you want to catch a lot of fish, fish docks, Paul. Hit your major creeks and fish docks. Your major creeks on Chickamauga, Sail Creek, Possum Creek. I just went blank. Harrison Bay. Fish your main channel docks that have good water under them. Chickamauga is a little different lake. A 5-foot depth under a dock will hold fish. Okay. So, fish docks. If you want to catch a lot of fish, fish docks. If you want to catch big fish offshore structure. Look for structure offshore. Look at your points, your offshore points. Look for your offshore ponds, your creases, I'll call them, in the river. Chickamauga, when you're not in the bays, is kind of a river, So you're looking for those underwater points. You're looking for those underwater cracks, okay? And you're looking for structure that's set up in those. You're looking for structure on flats off the main river channel. You're looking for structure if they're not running water wide open. You're looking for structure on the river channel. Your secondary creeks that come off the main river channel, okay? Look for structure in those before they get back into the bays. You've got your little side creeks and your flats, your little side flats that are on the main river that have structure on them and will hold good fish. But that's where most of your big fish are going to be at right now. Okay. Follow those creek channels out of the creeks, and from the main river channel to the mouth of the creek, follow those little creek channels in and out, those little branches, and see if you can locate structure. If you can locate structure, you can locate fish, and you can locate big fish right now. So that's where I would be if I was looking for big fish. Bo says, your tips have helped me get my dad on a lot of crappie. Really appreciate everything you're doing around here. Well, I'm glad you've been able to put him on some crappie. That's awesome. Anytime you can take your dad out and go catch fish, that's a good day for sure. So father and son going out fishing. You guys have seen my boys out there on the lake with me. So I love taking my boys out. And I'll tell you, me and my youngest caught our first double the other day on jigs. He casted counted his jig down, started reeling, felt the bite, set the hook, slung the fish in the boat, everything himself. Can you stop? Hey. Did it all himself. I couldn't have been prouder. And about the time he set the hook, I had a thump and I set the hook and caught our first double. So hang on a minute. Get out of there. Go. Rattling the door. What do you want? All right, go on. Billy Bell, what is Super Chat? A Super Chat is a way for you to give back to this channel, Billy. It's basically a donation to the channel. So right down below where it says post a comment, where you can leave a comment, right down below that, there's a little dollar symbol. And you can click on that and it'll walk you through how to give a Super Chat. So it's a way for you to give back to the channel, to help keep me on the water, making great content, making informational content for you guys, to learn more and to just to help the channel. So if you ever want to do that, all you have to do is click on that little dollar symbol. You can give anything from, I think, $1 up to whatever it is you want to give, okay? And then you can also leave a comment in that. And if you leave a comment in that, it pops up on my screen and says, hey, there's a Super Chat. It highlights it, brings it right to the top of my chat so that I can see it. So if you ever need something answered fast, let's say you're at work, because some guys watch me while they're at work. Let's say you're at work and you need me to answer a question about your trolling motor not working right, or you need me to answer a question about your Lowrance unit that, you know, every time you start your boat cuts out on you and you have to reboot it. Or just let's say you've got a question that you need me to, or would like for me to answer quickly. You can put it in a Super Chat, okay? And it'll pop up on my screen immediately and I can answer your question for you. I generally try to stop what I'm doing when I see those Super Chats come through. I immediately stop what I'm doing and recognize you guys for giving those Super Chats. So that's what a Super Chat is and does when I see it, okay? So if you ever want to give one of those, Billy, I appreciate it. Like I said, and like I told everybody tonight, it's a blessing to this channel for you guys to be able to do that and to do that for the channel. So thank you to everybody that's ever given a Super Chat. Thank you to those that gave a Super Chat tonight. I appreciate it very, very, very much. All right, so if anybody has anything else, I'm going to give you guys just another minute. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, or just want to chit chat about something, I'll give you guys a little bit more time to put any more comments in there, and then we're going to call it a night because as you can see over my shoulder over here, I'm backwards. I'm like, which one is it? We're a little bit over an hour now. Hang on, we got one right here. Jamie says, are the creeks you are looking at normally narrow channels? Yes, they generally are. They're generally very narrow channels. They're they're the secondary creeks and that come off that feed the main river channel. Basically, it's the little ditches and the little valleys that were creeks at one time when they flooded the lake. They're just really drainages, a lot of them. A lot of them are just drainages, okay? They're not very big, and a lot of times they're silted in, to be honest with you, but a lot of times they'll still have structure that protrudes out of them, okay? So Navy Onyx, again, is your best friend, okay, on the lake, and it'll show you those seabed areas or those little creek channels, and you can follow those and look for structure. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done talking for this evening. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm glad everybody likes the new setup. We'll probably have a different setup next week because we won't be in the kitchen again. We'll find someplace else to do it. I may do it from the front porch next week. I don't know, but we'll do it from somewhere. I assure you that. So I appreciate everyone for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed week. I hope everybody has a good week, and we will see you back here next week, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, to discuss some more stuff that's going on in the crappie world. Okay, what's going on with wired and what's going on in the world of crappie, that is crappie fishing. All right, so I appreciate y'all for watching again. God bless. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.